in the fun. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find the better part of me. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, and coming at you today with a VeVe OMI DEVVE DACAT update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. It's been a Supergirl teaser trailer has dropped. I haven't watched that yet. We're also going to be talking about the Kabuto King, what we did with the cat space before, the future of that, and VeVe changes mints based on the new users. I'm going to have everyone go in and smash that like button. Let me X out of here real quick. I hate all these apps now where you're watching a video and back in the day you could just press the home button and it would X out of the whole app. Now you don't. Like, the video still stays on in the background. It's like, oh bro, and then you have to X out of it, and it's like stupid. Anyway, let's go over some of the crypto news today. We'll take a look at, we had a flash crash down this morning. I don't care about this. The flash crash down this morning took Bitcoin from 89-ish to about 87.8. And then we went right back up to 91.5, close to 92, then went back down to 89-ish, up to 90.3 now. So again, it's a pretty volatile day. And I wish that DFINITY would do a little bit of work on the weekends, because a lot of volatility here, but a lot of banks and a lot of institutions just don't. They don't do that. They don't work, especially in Europe. Maybe once NASDAQ is trading 24/7, and you have something like, well, that's NASDAQ. I mean, well, crypto already trades, but yeah, once NASDAQ is trading 24/7, maybe a lot of the other institutions and banks and ETFs and all that, maybe they'll be like, okay, we'll try it. And then, especially if it's automated systems, we could have it go on 24/7, and we never have to stop working. I feel like that episode of SpongeBob where it's the night shifts, like, Squidward will be here today, and then we'll be here tonight, and we'll be here tomorrow, and we'll still be working. I don't know about you guys. My first two jobs I liked. I was a pizzeria and an animal hospital, and I wouldn't mind like living there. Like, that was, for a first job, especially like the animal hospital, that was like so much fun. I learned something new every day in the first hospital I was in. And then I just, learned stuff every day. I got to play with puppies. Not really. I got a lot of scars from those jobs. Worth it though. Anyway, that was Bitcoin, and ETH did much the same. Things are pretty flat on the day. It was normal. Went down, went up, went back down. Now again, pretty flat on the day. What's it going to be like when the Fed cuts rates this week? I don't know. We are at, it's not a guarantee. Polymarket does have it at, I think, about an 86% chance that we cut rates, which would be great. But some of that's probably going to get priced in earlier in the week. We'll probably see a little bit of a sell the news situation when it happens. And then supposedly in January, February, like in May, Powell's supposed to step down anyway. His position's done at that point. But supposedly with some new board members coming on, he might lose a little bit of power. He might resign anyway, make him a little bit of a lame duck, even if he doesn't. And again, like, nobody likes it. Like, literally nobody likes him. It's like the weird shitty kid in like high school. It's like, okay, nobody likes this dude. Like, you're an asshole. Nobody likes you. It's kind of what Jerome Powell is. So he can't be he can't be comfortable. Like, he's not comfortable. But again, some people, it's not about comfort. They just do it for the lulz, for the paycheck, for the FU to Donald Trump, whatever they do it for. Anyway, let's go on and talk about, let's do DFINITY first. So DFINITY, I have a lot of it's this is my biggest bag. They are up 2.5% on the day to 1.9 cents, 1.964, just to give you that. It is a $3 million market cap. There's only $96,000 in liquidity over in the DEX on Uniswap. It is not locked. I thought it was, but it is not. Again, it is my biggest bag. I don't care that they don't have that liquidity there, because that'll come at some point. The volume on this today is 1,400, so not terrible, but also, you know, you want a bit more in that. You know, DEVVE has a 10x the market cap. It's at like 30 million, but it doesn't have, you know, it doesn't even have a tenth of the volume here. I mean, it doesn't have 10x the volume. It has like an insane amount of volume. It has hundreds of thousands per day. Where Definity, you know, 1,400, we want to see a bit more. Both of them do have an awareness problem, where so Mano will be coming on the channel on Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is hell week for me. I got a busy week today, this week. 2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows on Tuesday, maybe 3 shows on Tuesday. I'll probably just gonna have 1 show on Wednesday, and then videos in between, and then Thursday again 2 shows, and then Friday I'm supposed to have my bae, my girl, come over, and but there's this big like winter storm warning coming in, like in the Ohio area, and also the area that she's in. I'm not gonna dox her just yet, say where she's from, and yeah, I'm hoping she gets here okay. No major snowstorm worries, and yeah. And anyway, that morning we're supposed to have a Star Wars drop, which is what the title is based on, what the thumbnail is. VeVe changes mint based on new users. Let's take a look at that. We have a couple of things here, a couple of stuff to go over. There is a total of 14,000 NFTs that are dropping that day. There are 3 commons. The commons have 4,501 editions in them. I think that's a lot, but it's, you know, $10 per pull. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, it's, you know, 13,000 just with that. Is there like there's a chase, right? There's actually a couple of chases. We have a secret rare that's 1 of 500, and that'll do pretty well, because, you know, let's say we do a third of these, and a third of these, you know, we get, you know, 4,600, 4,700. So that would mean, you know, $46,000. I think we can do that pretty easily. And if we could do that, you would be looking at, you know, a little under 200 of those secret rares that'll be minted. But that's not the only. That is not the only chase. You have a special edition, 1 of 151. If they ever do Pokemon, I think 1 of 151 for secret rare would be great. But there's a special edition of 151. Then there's another special edition. So there's 3 chases. We have a secret rare, special edition of 1 of 151. Then another one that is 1 of 101. So that's really scarce as well. And then there's a third special edition, 1 of 51. So there's a lot of chases here. I guarantee you there's going to be multiple bounties from Comics and Crypto on this. There's going to be a lot. So we're very excited on this. We're very excited on the drop mechanic. So I'll probably go live on that Friday morning too. I don't want to. I might not, because again, my bae is gonna get here, and I want to be nice and rested up. Although she's not coming till later in the afternoon. I mean, supposedly she's supposed to come middle of the day, but I feel like the flights are going to be delayed. I just snowy out. You know, who knows? You know, we'll see. Maybe she does get here. If she misses that one, she can get here at like 5, 6 o'clock, which is fine. But want to be rested. It's a flight to, okay. But yeah, that's an interesting one. So if they sell out, and I don't know they're good, but if they do, that would be $140,000. Which, granted, they did sell out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, and that was yeah, that was $138,000, and they did that in like 10 hours. Like they did that in under half a day. So now, granted, we've had Stormtroopers before, but these are the Dark Troopers. The Dark Troopers are They became very well known recently in Mandalorian season 2 at the end of it. Spoilers for Mandalorian season 2 if you haven't seen it. What goes on is that you have at the end these dark troopers. There's like 12 of them, maybe more. They've been tasked with killing Mando, Gina Carano's character, capturing Baby Grogu, and they're going to go and they're just going to shoot everyone. There's a whole gaggle of them because they have Giancarlo Esposito. I forget his name in the series, but they have him like locked, and they're ready to get him. And he's the only one that could really call off these death troopers. So like, call him off, dude. And he's like, not a freaking chance. Which at that point I would have just killed him. Moff Gideon, that was his name. Anyway, the dark troopers are about to get in. Like, they're about to knock in these blaster doors. So don't think of like normal stormtroopers that can't hit anything. Don't think of droids. Don't think of like even the clone troopers that are better. These are killing machines. Like these are legit machines. They're not like the clones where they're based off of Jango Fett, and they're all like Boba Fett, right? They're not fives. These are badass heavy metal things that Gina Carano and her character, I forget her name, and Mando together, they like kind of got one. Like they kind of got one like together, like being uber badasses. But there's like 14 of them that are ready to just pound this door, and there's no way they're surviving. And then an X-Wing comes out. And we're thinking, okay, it might be that Asian dude, that pilot. It's like, dude, one X-Wing, it's like, is he gonna like blast them? And there's a fight, and then they escape, and then he sacrifices himself so they can escape. but then we're like, wait, who is that? Like it's not what's her name? It wasn't Snips. It wasn't Ahsoka. And then we see like the glove. I'm like, oh, it's Luke. Oh my god, it's Luke. And then just it looks so good. And the Death Troopers just had these glorious death battle scenes. They were really freaking cool. And I think these are going to be really popular because to Star Wars people, these are like some of the most badass things that you can get. Like these will defeat droids, destroyers. They'll defeat clones. They'll defeat anything because they can take a licking and keep on kicking. They can get shot multiple times and they'll be fine. Clones, they won't be fine. These things are so badass. There's not a ton of them. I don't know if they have Beskar armor. They're made. I forget what they're made of, but they're very, very sturdy. And again, Star Wars people are going to love this. I guarantee you, Clever Jerk is going to get a lot of these. You have Comics Crypto is going to get a lot. I'm going to go in and get a decent amount. Now, here's the thing with the Death Troopers. Are they? They're only $10 per. So for me, it's going to be worth it to gamble. Because yeah, most likely you're going to get one of the 3 common. Because there's 13,000 of them, 13,500 of them. But getting a secret rare or one of the special editions is possible. The odds of you getting like a number 501 for any of them, that's not going to happen. Like it can, but it just probably won't. But there's a lot of chases, and again, like I don't think these are going to go for like $1. You could probably get them for like a couple of gems, and it's probably not a bad idea. Like for me, I'm going to probably stack them for 2-3 gems, whatever, and then you have the OMI on stacker on top of it. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what these do, how much they sell out for, how much OMI is burned that day. We burned another 2-ish million OMI today, so that's been really nice. And again, this is what I want to talk about. So can't look at that just yet. So speaking of stacking stuff, Kabuto King, I mentioned him briefly the other day. I'm talking about him again. Okay, Chavez, what's Kabuto? Kabuto in the anime. Now, granted, we got the fossil set before, we were all into the anime. But talk about the anime first. this is actually the first appearance of Togepi. But there's these archaeologists that are digging, and Ash and the gang, our heroes, they go in and they're like, they want to dig too. And Team Rocket does this like machine or whatever that they're going to catch the twerps and they're going to capture Pikachu. And then they dig onto this bedrock that is not stable, and they fall down like 100 feet, whatever. And in these ruins, not the ruins of Alph, although Kabuto is in the video games. We'll get back to that. In these ruins are extinct Pokemon. Like all these Pokemon are extinct. Kabuto, Ammonite, Kabutops, Omastar, Aerodactyl. All of these Pokemon are no longer alive, but a few of them have survived in like the Hollow Earth theory, whatever you have in there. And again, Kabuto is one of them. And this is actually a lot of firsts. So it's the episode where Charmeleon evolves into Charizard because Aerodactyl's picking on Charmeleon because Aerodactyl can fly. He's a rock type Pokemon that's really good against fire. So it just keeps attacking Charmeleon, and then Charmeleon just like he can't, he's pissed. He can't fly up there. He's trying to breathe fire on him. But even if he were to hit Aerodactyl, it wouldn't hurt that much because again, it's a rock type Pokemon. It's not going to be that effective. Now, the rock type Pokemon Aerodactyl doesn't have good special defense, so it would hurt a little bit. He might burn him, but for the most part, he's getting wrecked, right? Because Charmeleon can't fly, and he like goes Super Saiyan. He screams, and he evolves into Charizard, and every one of them that were 8 years old, 10 years old, whatever we were, we lost our minds. Like, oh, it was like that Joe Rogan meme. I was like, oh. Like. That was so freaking cool. We got to see that. And then the music starts playing. Like, oh my God, that was so freaking good. And then, so anyway, Kabuto's in this episode. and that's our first glimpse at Kabuto. In the card game, he's not good. So in the card game, in the TCG, what you have to do is you can't just be like, all right, you can't just stack your deck with like 12 Venusaur, 12 Blastoise, and 12 Charizard, and then just a bunch of energies. The way to do it is you have to have like a fire deck, one deck specifically built around Charizard or the fire, and Charizard's not even that playable. One deck built around like Venusaur. Venusaur is very playable. Venusaur is good, but the grass deck is just so playable because you have like Giga Drain. Like Butterfree is so freaking good because you have like Bulbasaur's like Leech Seed, right? And it does like 20 damage. But out of the 20 damage, you get to heal 10 damage from yourself. So it's like you remove damage count. Like that is really good, especially for stage 1 Pokemon. But Butterfree is like Giga Drain, it does like 60 damage or 40 damage, and you get to remove 2 damage counters, and it's like, bruh. But Venusaur is really good because you can, in the game, you're only allowed to play 1 energy per turn. But for Venusaur's, like his Pokemon power, you get to move around as many energies as you want. You could have like 8 energies on a Nidoking. I don't know why you would need that, but and then you go, all right, 4 energies going to is going to myself, or because he needs 4 for Solar Beam, or it's going to be 4 energies going to Nidoking. Although he only needs like 3 for Toxic and like 3 for Thrash. He doesn't need a lot, or for Butterfree, whatever it is. Anyway, in these games, you can't just throw out a Venusaur. You have to throw out a Bulbasaur, and you have to throw out an energy card, and it needs 2 energies for Leech Seed. And then you have to somehow draw from your deck an Ivysaur. Cool, got my Ivysaur. Spend a turn evolving it. I think it needs 3 energy because it has Vine Whip. And I think 200 has Poison Powder. It'll do 10 damage each turn for Poison Powder. And that's really cool. And then you need to throw out like Venusaur. So you can't just throw out Venusaur right away. It takes several steps in order to get there. Why I bring this up is because at least with Venusaur, you can get some people that like you can heal yourself with Bulbasaur. You can poison them with Ivysaur, and then Venusaur is just a tank. And Solar Beam the heck out of anyone. A lot of damage. And the reason why That's what makes him a little bit playable. You have Nidoking, again, crazy playable. Nidoran, not so much. Nidorino's okay, he needs a lot of energy, but because yeah, like Horndrill, you need 4 energy for Nidorino. It's like it's so much. But for Nidoking, pretty good. And then Butterfree, again, amazing. Other ones that are playable, Gyarados is pretty good. Articuno is like amazing because it's a stage 1 Pokemon. You don't need to evolve anything to get to this amazing Pokemon. You need a lot of energy. Hitmonchan, why he's really good in the game is because he's a basic Pokemon, and you just need 1 energy to jab. That 1 energy, he's got 70 health, basic Pokemon. You don't need to evolve him, and 1 energy to attack. 20 damage. And again, it's fighting. So if you're facing like a Snorlax, okay, it doesn't do 20 damage. It does. Does it do double? Oh no, the weakness. Yeah, I think it does double. So it does 40 damage. So it does a decent amount. And then his special punch, which is 3 energy, that's 40 to a Snorlax would be 80. Anyway, the reason why I tell you this is because Kabutops, which is the evolved form of Kabuto, is okay, but in order to get up to him, you don't just throw out Kabuto. Like let's go over this card real quick. Let's go to shit. All right, where are you, dude? Nope, don't need you. All right, so Kabutops, again, kind of a 3rd stage Pokemon. He's only got 60 health, and Sharp Sickle costs 2 energy, and it only does 30 damage. Absorb is actually pretty good because it does 40 damage, but then he heals 20 of that for himself, so that's not bad. But again, he's not a real super high health Pokemon. Hitmonchan, a stage 1 Pokemon, has higher health than him, so like 70 health and 1 energy to do. So if you want to build a deck around like fighting Pokemon, even if you wanted to build a fighting deck, Kabutops is just probably not going to be in there. Like it's just probably not going to be it. There's a Neo, I think, Revelation Kabutops that's water Pokemon, and I think it has higher energy than or higher hit points than this, and that's good. But so again, I bring this up because I want to say that you're not going to build a deck with Kabutops in it, most likely, and that's Kabutops, not even. One sec here. Kabuto. No, I don't need to. Okay, Kabuto. Just Kabuto. Just Kabuto. I only need Kabuto. This site is horrible. Okay, here we go. Now Kabuto, again, you can't even throw him out there because he evolves from a fossil. But his Pokemon power is whenever I can't even see this. Too blurry. Okay, Kabuto, 1st edition. We'll do PSA 10 here. Okay, whenever an attack, even your own, does damage to Kabuto after applying a weakness and resistance, the attack only does half the damage to Kabuto down to the nearest 10. Any other effects still happen. This power stops working when Kabuto is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. So, and he's only got 30 health. Like his 1 attack does 10 damage, and he's got 30 health. And he's not even the first one you put out there. The first one you put out there is a mysterious fossil. The mysterious fossil has 10 health. It's a fossil. Now, granted, you can use this to do Almanite. You could evolve Almanite from it. You could evolve Aerodactyl from it. Aerodactyl's a bit better, but like, so why Kabuto King came in and just wanted Kabuto is likely because there are so few people in the world that would have wanted that card. That is his favorite Pokemon. Like, I guarantee you there's a couple people in the world where Kabuto's their favorite Pokemon. Like apparently this guy, right? Like he's one of them. And he did something about it. But this was the most unassuming card, and he probably was able to gather again. So there are like 900 PSA 10s for the first edition Kabuto, because nobody was playing with it. It wasn't that hard to get in mint condition, and that's why there's 900 first edition PSA 10s. Like PSA 10 means like gem mint. It is a perfect card. It's perfect centering. There's no scratches. There's no whitening. It's a perfect card. Part of the reason why there's so many of those is because, one, it's a common it's a common card, Kabuto. Two, like, it's not playable, so nobody's gonna have it in their deck, like ruining it playing it. Because back in the day, before Pokemon was this major like collecting thing, it was just like you didn't get the cards to collect. Like, yeah, like catch them all. You want to get them in your binder, but it wasn't for value. It was just like to get him. You didn't care if there was a nick on the side. You didn't care if there was whitening on the back. It was just like, bro, just give me the card. Give me the freaking Charizard, right? Nobody wanted to like get Kabuto to like show him off. He's very easy to get. Again, he's a common card. But in the first edition ones, like you have, and again, he's fossil deck. So you had base set, you had jungle, you had fossil, and you know, fossil had some good ones. Like, it has Dragonite in there. It has the legendary birds in there. Now, granted, Zapdos, this is not a first appearance Zapdos. First appearance Zapdos goes to it goes to the base set, but it's the first time you get Moltres and the first time you get Articuno, and it's like, girl, those are really good ones. And it has Gengar in there. Gengar went through the freaking roof. The entire fossil set is going crazy. Like people have lost their minds. Like people are paying so many thousands of dollars for like these guys. And again, I get it, but it's Kabuto. It's like $1,100 now for it. So anyway, the reason why I bring this up is because it's an unassuming Pokemon that nobody would suspect, and the person probably was just like, yeah. He was probably able to get several hundred of these cards, and again, he's getting the cards that are. He has some first edition PSA 10s, but most of them are first edition, like they're raw cards, and he was probably able to get several hundred of them before people were catching on. Because someone like me, I when I was making Pokemon videos, I was only focusing on like the holos. I would focus on first edition PSA 10 holos, maybe PSA 9 holos, and then I would like maybe like if like a Caterpie, like first edition PS, and again, they were first edition PSA 10, but they were of these cards that were like even Caterpie. Hey, this rated $100. Why? If Kabuto went, a PSA 10 went from like $20 to $30, I probably wouldn't even report on that. That's probably so far under my radar that the only way that I would go in and say, yeah, I'm getting one of these is because back in the day, $20 for that is it takes the risk out. Where, yeah, it might have only cost $12 back in the day in PSA. It cost like $12 a card to get submitted to PSA. It was shipping and everything, like $20 at cost. So you're getting it at cost. So there's no risk. Like you'd most likely have to spend more money to rip open a pack, take a Kabuto out of there, send it into PSA, and then suddenly you got, PSA 10. Like you take more risk because it might not be a PSA 10. And maybe you don't get Kabuto, which I don't see why people would be upset about that, but whatever. So again, the reason why this perfect storm came to happen is because the unassuming card, nobody would be paying attention to the sales. You pay attention to the sales of like the upper echelon, which what I did. I also paid attention to what I thought was really undervalued, the stuff that, again, a lot of the first edition base set PSA 10, they were like, again, $30, $40, and it's like this is the first set of Pokemon cards, and people are selling for like $40. It was insane. And I think some even do for like Shadowless now too, and there's far less Shadowless than there are of Shadowless are rarer than first edition, just because people didn't take care of them. So again, you have this really large. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody, even in the Pokemon industry, you didn't see this coming. Maybe if you're one of the people that had a bunch of Kabutos and you just like, I don't know why this guy wants it, but sure, YOLO. Let me put this charger on. And all of the reason I bring this up is to tell you that this could happen with any one of the collectibles that we have right now. It can happen because again, it's one person getting all these cards, and now suddenly Kabuto is fucking $1,100. Like 5 years ago, heck, even 2 years ago, I guarantee you could have got Kabuto first edition PSA 10 for like $50. And now it's $1,100 a card for a first edition PSA 10. Even the raw copies are like $100. Yeah, just Kabuto first edition. There are some. Oh, actually, okay. This one's $24 hairs, but let's see what condition it's in. All right, this wouldn't get a PSA 10, but this would get probably this would probably get an 8. This is not. This doesn't look horrible. Let me see the centering. Centering's not great, but yeah, this is probably get an 8. Okay, here's one where, okay, the centering on this is like perfect. It says it's pack fresh. This would probably get a 9. Maybe I can't tell if that's. I mean, there's no whitening on it. There is a tiny bit of edge wear, but again, this is a raw card, and right now it's $45, and there's only 2.5 hours left. But let me check the sales data on this. So again, this is my bread and butter. Sold items. Okay, so a lot of these are going for $30-something. Okay, so not $100 for the raw cards. But the raw cards are still like $30-something. Because again, you got to get these graded, and now the grading is like $50, like per card. Back in the day, it was like 12. Bulk deals sometimes you get like 7. But yeah, Kabuto first edition PSA 10. Let's see, the cheapest right now is about $1,200, but there are others that are on auction right now. There are 2. One's at $100, but there's 6 days left. One's at $300, but there's 7 days left. So if we go to the sold listings here, the sold listings, fuck, one went for 1,500. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, one went for 1,000. The 1,500 one might be like an outlier. Okay, all right, yeah, the 1,500 one was an outlier. One went for 1,000. The other one for 950. Those make a little more sense. This one was 1,175 or best offer. Now they got the best offer was accepted. We don't know what that was. Same thing with the one with 1,250, and then another one for 1,000. So again, you have a pretty decent track. 970. So yeah, these are wild. These are insane. 1230. A bunch of these are best offers. These are insane. Oh my god, the Top Suns. I didn't even think of these. The Top Sun from 95, the blue, and again, like the first edition that he's looking at. Yes, that's the first time we saw it in like the TCG. But that's like the 5th Kabuto to ever come out. Here's the blue back. There's a green back. There's Meiji cards. There's the Kaidence cards. I don't know if Tops came out beforehand. But again, like that's like the 5th Kabuto that we've seen. That's not even first appearance Kabuto. That I think goes to the blue back or the green back Kabuto card. And what I said about why it's called blue back is because it legit has a blue back. There is a green back version as well. So yeah, these are insane. And the dude that he signed the Kabuto, like a raw one, and it went for $50,000. I repeat. Now, granted, he has only signed one card. The card that he signed, it was a Kabuto card. He signed it as Kabuto King, and it just sold for $51,000. Now, granted, this card was the proceeds of this card went to St. Jude's for cancer research. So the person that bought the card does get to write it off on their taxes. It is a tax write-off, but it's also like that's also insane. Like we can agree that that's insane, right? Like that is insane. I get it, it's a 1-of-1, but as I've seen him collecting before, he's probably going to sign more cards. Like he's probably going to sign more cards. And this is the beauty with blockchain. So now granted, there can be no more Kabuto's first edition ever printed, but there's 909 of them right now, I think, that are PSA 10. There's like 1,400 that are PSA 9. I guarantee you a bunch of these are going to be sent to PSA. That will not happen with VeVe. Oh god, my body. With VeVe, what you see is what you get. There's no additional stuff that could be sent out. It's like, well, this is one of 3,000, but maybe there's some extra we don't know about. This blockchain, whatever's minted is minted. They're not going to release anymore. I should also get to some of these comments here. Bill Gardner saying, first boy, I was told VeVe's losing users. Whoever told you that is horribly misinformed or they're lying. VeVe be gaining users, a lot of users. VeVe Zombie saying, yo, what up? What up, Zombie? Abe saying, nice try, Bill. I'm first. Way too easy. Way too easy. Abe's hi, Randy. Daily DEVVE coverage is good, but we all know Definity will outperform everything. Very well might. I very well might. Abe Manu is going to come on Thursday. Ooh, I gotta. Oh, somebody remixed my video. So, oh god, Freddie Fazbear came in and just murked him. Oh, so I'm glad that somebody remixed my video. The dude didn't even like my video. He didn't even like it. He just remixed it. How freaking rude of some people. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh shit. There's a lot of notifications that I'm not going to be able to get to right meow. But we'll mother flapper. Okay. Share to I can't look at the reels. That was so funny the way the convo sounded. Dating history, give or take. Streaming. Well, my bae is messaging me. Yeah, Definity. So Manu's coming on Thursday. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be squared, and we'll get a. I think we'll have some good news for everyone. I think we'll have some great news. I got some Definity recently. Me and my network have more than 5% of the supply of the entire token. I think we have like 7+%. I mean, I have 1% myself, but my network has a lot more. Like they have a lot more. So this is a good amount. Mr. MC1 is very happy. Tammy's very happy. And then my network will be, yeah, we keep getting more. And I might actually go in and get more DEVVE with some Definity through an OTC deal, and then won't create any sell pressure on Definity, and then create a bunch of buy pressure on Definity after DEVVE goes crazy. So we're gonna have a nice chance for arbitrage. Bill Gardner giving those dabs. Penguin says, Abe, not sure about that. I think DEVVE's market cap can go way higher than Definity's. Well, agreed, but that's because but for even if they have the same market cap, let's say if they both can get to 3 billion, right? To get to 3 billion, that's 100x for DEVVE, but that's 1,000x for Definity. Now, you're right in that DEVVE's market cap will probably be higher than Definity's, but if let's say Definity gets to 300 million and DEVVE gets to 600 million, well, the higher ROI from right now is Definity. That being said, I believe they can both do a 1,000x, and like I said, I believe they could both do a 1,000x. Debbie's gonna go crazy, and I am. I have, so I made a video, came out today that I made a video 2 days ago that said it was up to 110,000 Debbie. Then I made a video today that's up to 112. And in 2 days from now, I'll be up to 114, 113. By the end of this week, I'll be up to about 114, 115 by the end of the week. And then I'll be with my bae, and then my bae will spend some money on my bae, and then whatever money I have left over afterwards, then I'll chuck to Definiti. So what I'll do is just what I'll do. I'm in love with you. Okay. Where we got Bill Garza and Definiti is my bet. Your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love is my drug. And I know what people are gonna do. As soon as Definiti goes to like $3, I'll be like, oh, all right. Chavez made 10x on his money. Time to buy. It's like, well, the time to buy would be right meow for Debbie. But the same thing will happen for Definiti. I'll use a bunch of my winnings there to buy more Definiti. It'll do like a 5x. We'll get it up to 10 cents, and then suddenly be like, oh, I gotta buy. And it's like, well, it would have been better if you bought it at 2 cents, but yeah, 10 cents, fine, whatever. Arcturus said secret penny black equals stamp Kabuto. You got a lot of. All right, let's take a look at these at Stacker here real quick. And I guarantee you, why does it say Daredevil? I don't care about Daredevil. Okay, is it penny black? Penny Lane, meow 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 meow. Which I feel like there's a couple of penny blacks, but only a couple of secret rare. Okay, not the penny blue. I assume it's this one. This one. Top holders. That is Arcturus. Has 16%. That is bananas. $950 on VeVe. $830 over on Stacker. That is wild. Oh, the number 41 is out for $833. But that's a lot. It's a lot. Are we getting Pokemon? One day, maybe. I could see VeVe getting Pokemon at some point. When, I have no idea. I mean, who knows what the big announcement is? The big announcement, which we should get before the end of the year. God, that's Pokemon. OMI doubles. Oh, OMI probably triples. Dude, if we get Pokemon, oh my God. Great, googly moogly. JKRB, what's going on? How you doing? I've VVV says, what's your prediction for a Comey? What's your near prediction for a Comey? Question mark. And then going down, question mark. I have no idea. Short term, I mean, if Bitcoin takes another dump down to the 70s, then yeah, a Comey will probably go with it to the 00015s, maybe. But that's if Bitcoin takes a big trip down to the 70s. I mean, we did that last time, and OMI was 0001009. So I don't think there was a lot of buy pressure at the 0000101 mark. So it's just, I guess, possible we get cut in half, go down there again. If we do, I'm gonna load the freaking boat. What would be great is if Debbie goes crazy. It goes like $10. I have like $1 million worth of Debbie, and then OMI gets cut in half, and then I'm able to get like 3 billion OMI. Again, I don't think that's possible, but again, I put out a video yesterday saying I 2 billion OMI is my new goal, and I think that's very reasonable. Well, I think it's possible. I don't. It probably won't happen, but I should definitely be able to get at least $500 million as this really goes up. Again, I have other stuff in there that I have 3 partner statues. Granted, one of the partner statues is the cat, like that's DACAT's, because I've donated a lot of stuff to the DACAT wallet, because again, this is once this is like we're in the next bear market. I mean, DACAT is I'm ready, right? I'm like ready to go, and be able to use DACAT to buy everything, and we're gonna have a very big what do you call it? Excuse me. We're gonna have a very big war chest for DACAT. The goal is to get the war chest up over 6 figures, which we might be able to do. We might not. But I think for DACAT, I mean, we only have like 4.5 million OMI, but we also have 1,000 DEVVE tokens. So and we're gonna get, and we also own $7,500 of a major company, and that'll probably do really well next year as well. I think that can do really well, and that could be well into the 5 figures, 40, 50 grand, maybe even do like a 10x. What we'll do is when they go to raise money or do whatever, we cash out, and at 100,000, I would like to use my high risk lending skills, make 15% on it per year, and this way use that additional 15K per year to go in and just buy $1,000 worth of crypto every month, in the bear, or just use it. A lot of it's going to be DACAT tokens. Refuel that, and that can go on for forever. But that's just at 100,000. I think we can do more. Where I put more investment in Komi or VeVe NFTs. So listen, I think the OMI token outperforms, but I think that it's very possible that collectibles go up first, and OMI, like OMI will go up more than I think any other collectible. But I also think that it's not guaranteed that it goes up first. You could have OMI stay where it is and partner statue do like a tripling, and suddenly it's 4K. In which case I would sell all of my partner statues and just load up on OMI. Not that it's good to sell the partner statue at 4K. I think it goes up to like 40, 50K. It's like, okay, well, Chavez, if you have these partner statues and you think they go up that high, why would you go in and sell it for OMI at 4K? It's like, well, because I think OMI does like 100x, like 200x, I think 2 to 4 cents. And it does not seem, sorry, a second. Ooh, hot dog. Oh, okay. And it doesn't seem to me that there's going to be any proof one way or the other that won't happen. Again, we need alt season. We're waiting for alt season for like 4 years now. Well, 2022 is when it. Oh yeah, almost 4 years. Yeah, it's been 3.5 years. So short term, it could go down. But again, that's short term, and it also depends. Like, we'll definitely need the narrative to super pump, but we don't need the narrative to get back to 0005. We don't. We could do a 2.5x pretty easily, and again, we don't need that narrative to do that. Now, when we get the narrative, when that goes in, yeah, it'll go crazy, and it'll go crazy very, very quickly. And honestly, at 005, at that point, I got 1.5 million. I'll take a good amount of profit. But that's if I have 300, million OMI. If I have 1 billion OMI, and suddenly, 001, I got $1 million at 001. Probably gonna sell a little bit there, but it depends. It depends if that's the last thing that's gone up, then no, YOLO, lock in and just cause a squeeze. But if that's the first thing, like, again, I think DEVVE goes up in like the next month. But if OMI, let's say it doesn't. Let's say Devi's delayed a little bit, it goes down, and OMI goes crazy. Yeah, I'll sell a bunch at well, I would only have 300 million, so I don't. That gets hard. It gets hard. Jake Sully, the smart buy. Who's Jake Sully? I don't think I know Jake Sully. Is that the name of Kabuto King? Not my specialty. I don't know who that is. We got Omar doing the yeah, Omar doing the AR quest from VeVe. Oh, Avatar. All right, let me. Is he the Marine? Yes, yes, he is. He's Batman. He's cool. He's cool. I like him. He's a cool dude. Played by a guy named Sam Worthington. All right. Anyway, let's go over DeCat real quick, and then we'll go over OMI. And Definity. Nice, 1.9 cents. Okay. Let's do DeCat real quick. See what it's up to. $25 in volume. That's not great for it. VeVe. Got Jake the dog. Type in Avatar. Say, do we have him? We have the Banshee. We have Jake's Banshee. Yeah, we don't have him yet. We just got Jake's Banshee. The details on this drop. Let's see what we got here. Do you ever feel like a misfit? Everything inside. Okay, this is not. It's not showing me. Just want to know the additions, my good sir. But VeVe is not letting me be great. It is not letting me be great at all. And I don't know why. I didn't do anything. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, additions on these 1,800. 779 of them have been bought. 1,100 remaining. 1,021 remaining. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay. Let's go on to OMI here real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. For DeCat, what we talked about in Spaces today is, as I mentioned, doing some high-risk lending with some of the funds from DeCat. This way we're able to go in and make sure we have buy pressure constantly throughout the next bear market. Because we're going to make a lot of money for it in the bull. And then we had talked about utility. The secret rare, if you get the secret rare, if you mint it, buy it from the store, and you get the secret rare comic, you'll be mailed a physical version. So that's going to be incentive for people to do that. But then you have, we're going to take a page out of VeVe's playbook, most likely. So this isn't set in stone, but this is something that we'd like to do. At New York Comic Con, if you come in and get the comic signed, we'll give you like a card. We might have like, VeVe's got 500 gold logos. We might do like 100 gold logos, but it'll be the cat logos. Anyone who has like the full set or who has whatever, we'll give you a logo, and the logo, which you essentially get for free, will get a ton of utility. So we're going to do a lot of airdrops for that. Will happening in 26 or massive crash. Some people suggest you can have both. I mean, you could have a flash crash before the bull, but bull should definitely be happening. I'm sure he did. The dude has nothing in his, nothing better going on. Bull happening in 26. So again, it could. It should. I don't see reasons right now why it shouldn't. And massive crash again. You can get a crash before the bull happens, and crash and we come back up like we've done. Or you can go in and think that, okay, we have a huge crash and nothing's going to take us out of it, and it's just too little, too late for crypto, and then you're in for another bear market, and it's like, okay, well then you have a really big reset, because there's a lot of people that are not going to round trip this again. They'll be done with crypto. They'll do whatever. They'll buy houses. They'll buy stocks. They'll buy bonds. Whatever they do, which is fine. And that might be just what we need. Who knows?
But again, I think the stuff that I have, DEVVE will do really well. If you have that, big bear market, even OMI probably wouldn't do well. Definity's still crushing it. So in a way, you have OMI that's technically the safest right now because they have so much revenues. Everybody knows them. Great licenses, a lot of people on the platform. Definity, even though they're making more money, a lot of people are buying right now, but they have a big awareness problem. It's weird. They're making more money than VeVe, and they have such, like no presence, that like nobody knows about them. And if you don't know someone, you don't care about them. If you don't care about them, you don't like them. If you don't like them, you don't trust them. And again, they have an awareness problem. But you could have a crash both before and after the bull, and you could have a crash where the bull kind of gets canceled. Anyway, let me go to OMI here real quick because I'm talking almost an hour without it. Down about 0.5%, 0.00207. Let's take a look at this here. What type of volume we got? 2.1 million in volume, $57 million market cap, almost $58 million market cap. Yeah, it's fine. Fine. All right, let's go to headache. Let's go to some of the news here. Let's see if I have anything that I need to read. I might do that later. I'll definitely do that later. All right, let's go to the photos for the last. Okay, here we go. This is from December 5th. This is from Friday, a couple days ago. Saying, with the outage at Cloudflare, Coinbase, Kraken, Upbit, and many other crypto services are experiencing disruptions. DEVVE says that over $4 trillion moves daily. Dev Exchange uses CTS on DEVVE network to settle loans at the moment they're created. Collateral stays in your wallet, liquidation is protocol level, and exposure drops to zero. Next Gen Digital Asset Exchange is incoming. Can't wait. Someone has bought 3,805 Bitcoin worth $350 million as of early December 5th. There was VeVe at Art Basel. Again, VeVe was at Art Basel. Shout out to David for posting it on Instagram. You know. 500 million USDC was minted at 9:30 a.m. on December 5th. I repeat, $500 million USDC was minted at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 5th. BlackRock has deposited $120 million worth of Bitcoin and $2.5 million worth of Ethereum into Coinbase Prime at 7:03 a.m. on December 5th. White House advisor, Hassett, says it's time for the Federal Reserve to cautiously start cutting rates. It's time to aggressively start cutting rates, you mean? We had 6 people make their first purchase last week. That's not a lot. We had 37 the week prior. That being said, we crushed it on active users. Gotta love that. Average well over 1,000. Fanny Carbonell has just reached level 50. Shout out to her. This may be a bit quiet, but I still love VeVe Official. Me too, Fanny. VeVe Magic over at 84. Good for her. Liquidity. Give me one sec. Okay. On my phone next to me. Aw, my bae. She's so sweet. Aw, she's so cute. Turtle Golf reposting the stream. My man. Shout out to Turtle Golf. I feel like people don't know that I am currently courting a bae, because he had mentioned yesterday there was this girl talking about, it's like, I'm 30 something playing Pokemon. What are you doing? And he tags me and it's like, Randy, you're talking about finding a bae, and I laughed and I was like, ha 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 ha. And me and the girl talked for a bit, and she followed me, so I might have her on the podcast. We'll see. I won't tell you my bae's name, but I nicknamed my Pikachu in my Fire Red her name, and I evolved it into Raichu, and it's still her name. It's a girl, Raichu. But shout out to Turtle Golf for reposting. President Trump is going to unveil a new AI platform called Truth AI. That is wild. What do we got here? Okay, a list of properties that Netflix will acquire. All right, what do we got here? Friends, Ocean's 11, Gremlins, Evil Dead, Mad Max, The Matrix, Beetlejuice, DC Comics, Adult Swim, Tom and Jerry, The Jetsons, Casablanca, Harry Potter, Citizen Kane, The Goonies, Scooby-Doo, Rick and Morty, Johnny Bravo, Looney Tunes, The Hangover, The Conjuring, The Sopranos, Robot Chicken, Mortal Kombat, HBO Max, Smiling Friends, Flintstones, Boondocks, Adventure Time, Sex and the City, Final Destination, Cartoon Network, Game of Thrones, Singing in the Rain, Powerpuff Girls, Clockwork Orange, Big Bang Theory, Minecraft, Film Rights, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Turner Classic Movies, Wizards of Oz Original Film, Dune 3, Lord of the Rings, Film Rights, every TT Games, made Lego game, Monsterverse, only distribution rights, WB Games, including TT Games, NetherRealm, and Rocksteady. Maybe DeCat too, if they want to buy us. Wouldn't even cost them $1 billion. Be much less than that. So speaking of Pokemon cards, this is a I was literally going with a buddy of mine. He's like, "Will you ever get back into Pokemon cards?" And I was like, "This is the one I want." It is a Trophy Pikachu, 3rd place. As you can see, he's super chunky and super he's so adorable, and I love him. But not this particular one, but one of them just sold for over $300,000. So I might not get that, especially now that I got a Bay. Also, Super Secret Battle promo. Freaking love these things. Invite only. Swag. Here's me at 14. I think I kind of look like his dad now, but that is me at 14. Shout out to new level 100s. December 5th, we only had 1.3 million OMI burn. Not that much, but fine. 1,000 Bitcoin moved after over 13 years of dormancy. The Bitcoin was worth just $10 back then. That is insane. Moving on. Shout out to VeVe Kiwi that watches me the most. Shout out to VeVe Kiwi getting that bread from Randy Choppers and Crypto Rain. He watches me. He watches Crypto Rain. And what a lad. I think O'Milly watches me as well. Did that. Where did you? Freaking KB23 asking, where did I meet my girl and was it Fam Bam? That is hysterical. I love Fam Bam, but the Bay is not her. I met my girl online way back in the day. A mutual friend introduced us, and we've known each other for years in various group chats together. But now it's get to meet for the first time, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how she likes it. See how she likes me. I'm gonna have to shave because I'm all scraggly and scruffy. Keck says that the bull run is over. Yeah, the S&P 500 is at new all-time highs, and so is gold, and the M2 will keep increasing, and more rate cuts are coming. And Tether is the most over-collateralized bank with 110% in collateralization. Collateralization requirement is literally 0% for every other bank. CME gap is filled. MicroStrategy has 0 selling risk until 2027. And even then, they only need to sell off 2% of their stack per year. No top indicators have been hit. Death cross that has always doubled the Bitcoin price in 6 months. Following in this cycle, there was no euphoria, and all coins are extremely oversold. But yeah, they're saying the bull run's over. President Trump has just announced that tens of millions of kids will be receiving up to $1,000 each, funded by a donation from billionaire Michael Dell and seed money from the Trump admin. Dell has donated $6.25 billion towards the effort. At 18, Americans will then gain access to the account, which will have been invested since their birth, and will ideally have multiplied in that time. Dell's donation will cover children under 10 in zip codes with average incomes of $150K or less. This is a great way to give young Americans a leg up. Called Trump accounts, and they're going to begin on America's 250th birthday, July 4th, 2026. Get them. Tom Anderson from Devi says that one of the main differences is that we are building around TradFi philosophies. I think we'll be dramatically more trustworthy. TradFi is going to completely change the DeFi world given tokenization. As we build a system that works with those much larger companies and much larger pools of money, I feel that we can become the new leader in the space across all exchanges. We're small, and that's ambitious, but that's how I feel. Love him. There's the thing that I have to do real quick. Trash you. M2 money supply hits new all-time high of 22.3 trillion. It is insane. Over 4 trillion moves daily. Devi Exchange uses CTS on Devi Network to settle loans at the moment they're created. Collateral stays in your wallet. Liquidation is protocol level. exposure drops to 0, and next-gen digital asset exchange is incoming. Oh, yes, you go in and you like my stuff, girl. Salute. Something to talk about is too risky for NASDAQ and DEVVE to tie the DEVVE name to NASDAQ before an SEC ruling. This is a government and political agency, and you don't want to give them any unnecessary reasons to delay or purposely screw with the filing. So that makes no sense to risk that on something big. It's not as complicated as you think. They should approve what NASDAQ is trying to get pretty quickly. It's not new licensing. It's just an amendment to an existing licensing they already have. Plus, the new SEC chairman is very pro-crypto. Tokenization now, and is on record saying that getting this done is their #1 priority at the moment. Keep in mind that before anyone knew the government was going to shut down for 40 days, DEVVE and NASDAQ were assuming they would have had this granted by the end of the year, and they still might. This was a really interesting message that I got 5 years ago on eBay. It says, "Good afternoon. We stumbled upon your YouTube videos today, and we're extremely impressed by your knack to understand the market trends. It shows a level of understanding and experience that you don't find elsewhere these days. I have to say that if your video had 5 million views instead of 50 views, the TCG community would have a much more intimate understanding of these market forces and predictions. Respectfully, Ben and Rose." Now, I know that's obviously a couple, but the fact that someone with the name Ben Rose came in and messaged me that 5 years ago, I was like, weird coincidence, right? You're a detective now. You're not allowed to believe in coincidences anymore. At a holiday party 11 years ago, 12 years ago, Stacy's mom has got it going on. I was double fisting some Heinekens. It was great. Tom Lee's Bitmine has just acquired 22,676 Ethereum worth 68.67 million. You couldn't put in another 230,000 to make it $69 million? No? Okay. Fine. Netflix emailed me saying that they had announced that Netflix will acquire Warner Bros. Be advised that nothing's really going to change for anyone at this moment. All the stuff that's coming out on HBO is still going to come out on HBO. It's Welcome to Derry will be on HBO. The Harry Potter series will be on HBO Max. But, a lot of the new stuff in the future might be on Netflix. And going to be insane. Ow. Motherfucker. Even in 2026, there's not going to be that much change. 2027, you'll start seeing a lot of people getting fired and all that jazz. You have some consolidation. It's going to happen. This is a response to the NASDAQ filing by Digital Chamber. Shout out to Perry Ann Boring for opening that. She'll be on the podcast at some point. It's the world's largest digital asset and blockchain trade association. After reading through the proposal, it's clear that they also came to the conclusion that the current proposal does still in fact require an actual blockchain, and they want more info on who and what that will be. We believe and hope that is where DEVVE comes in. Basically, they go on and say blockchain protocol selection. The proposal does not specify which blockchain protocol or protocols will be used for tokenized securities, nor does it clarify whether the protocols will be private or public, permissioned or permissionless. Who is responsible for selecting the blockchain? What criteria will be used, and how will market participants be able to provide input or adapt to changes in the protocol? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It looks like DEVVE, bro. It looks like DEVVE. Like we don't know, but I feel like that means like, well, this is what it looks like. France's third largest bank, BPCE, is going to allow customers to buy and sell Bitcoin, ETH, SOL, and USDC. Nice. Okay, that's fair. I'm going about an hour 10. Yeah, we should be good here. Women, tell you, fun sized. Oh my god, no way. I legit called meow 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 unsized yesterday. Maybe today. I don't know. Dude, memes are hysterical. My girl's funny, bro. Like I like really funny girls, and she's funny. Anyway, let's go on to X. Let's see what people are talking about. And oh shit. Iceland racks up $1 million kilometers in Tesla patrol cars. West Iceland police proudly announced they've clocked in over 1 million kilometers in their Tesla Model Y patrol fleet since 2023. They're replacing gas guzzlers with silent, zero-emission EVs for everything from traffic stops to Ford chases. Significant shift towards greener policing, they said, with the vehicles proving reliable in harsh Nordic winters, cutting emissions by 90% and saving $50,000 yearly in fuel. Iceland's tiny force of 700 officers leading the EV charge shows even remote outposts can go electric, slashing 200 tons of CO2 annually while boosting response time with Tesla's autopilot assist. In a world racing to net zero, it's proof Tesla's EV handles real duty, cold starts, rough roads, and high speeds. Tesla's not just for commutes, it's for cops saving the planet one siren at a time. Heckin' beautiful. Every time I think of beautiful, I think of the Bruce Almighty beautiful. Yeah, it was a bunch of handpicked. Oh god, that's insane. People are awesome. X is awesome. Sydney Sweeney's awesome. X is seeing record-breaking downloads in many countries in Europe. X is the #1 news app in every European country. Bro, like, London doesn't have, like, Europe doesn't have free speech, and that is wild. That is wild that first world countries don't have free speech. That is insane. Q&A, very nice. Very nice. Shitoshi, BNB chain, Abu Dhabi. Elon Musk is calling to dissolve the EU and return power to the people. Fines imposed by the European Union on Hungary for refusing to abandon its strict migration policy in order to comply with EU law. 500 million. That is insane. The EU has lost their minds. They've lost their minds. I feel like freaking Stanley in the office, like, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it. And Ryan's just like, I just got yelled at by Stanley. And it was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced. What you looking out there for? Jesus could be out there. He's not going to help you. Oh, God, Stanley's so freaking good. Freaking love that. Love that show. Action. What the heck? Author and owner of Blacknificent Books, Kamal Kamban, who's a college professor, is calling action to kill all whites. That is insane. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God. Shout out to Rising Star for just going off and just taking AR photos with everyone that he sees at conventions. Good for him. Good for him. I will survive. Meow, 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 meow. Sweet NFTs. Not really into those. No ice immigrants. That's there's monkeys. Hey, there's Turtle Golf reposting my stuff. Love you, Turtle Golf. Your bae. Don't tell that to my other bae. She might be a little mad. What is this? Oh, awesome. Peach Momoko. Look at that. Marvel Rivals. Good times. There's not too much on crypto Twitter here. So I'm going to go, instead of my following, I'm going to go to my for me page. Gary Vaynerchuk saying, if you're truly grateful, you'll have more energy than you'll ever need. About that, but okay. Okay. That's an ad. It's also an ad. Space Penguin saying, join the colony on multiple platforms, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube. I'm not with them on Instagram. I will give them a follow. You know what? I'll give them a like, and I'll give them straight fire. All right, let's see what else we got here. Don't care about that. Rising Star again, chilling and vibing with the Man of Steel at Charlotte Comic-Con. Love that. Ooh, say Pearl Harbor? Oh yeah, it is Pearl Harbor Day. Rough times. Fanny Carbonell says, hello, dear J.K. Rowling. I'd love to know two things as you chose me to play Tina and Queenie's mother. Hashtag infinite love for you. Who, between Mrs. Goldstein and her husband, was a muggle? And what were our first names? Much, much love, Mercy. I would say that because you see like this with Fanny, that is probably Mrs. Goldstein. That's a that's a witch, and the muggle was probably the dad. But maybe we'll get an answer. That is insane. There are some people that are now normalizing eating with your hands because white people forced utensils on other cultures. Bro, what? I've said it multiple times, but people have lost their minds. Okay, sorry. DJ Omi says, purely by chance, these two have ended up side by side in my collection. Incredible Hulk number 25 with the Scotty Young art, and then Incredible Hulk number 181. Oh, that is beautiful. Believe says, the ghouls have woken up and are dumping while you sleep. That was 11 hours ago. Gamer? Love gaming. Gaming's great. Derek Snook says, honestly, my favorite thing is that whether the price goes up or down, it just keeps buying more punks. A lot of times he's been buying a bunch of these Otani things, but the quote that he posted is unavailable, so I don't know what that's from. Meta Mars says, two VeVe official beauties on the Stacker World Market right now. Get them while you can. Mint number 18 and mint number 123 from Meta Mars for Flower Bomber and Dark Ryu. Kale Crypto says, if you have 5 out of the 6, you are a real man. If you own at least 1 Bitcoin, drink your coffee black, have a PSA 10 Charizard, wear a size 12 plus shoe, play Iron Man on OSRS, and are unemployed. I could have like 3 of these things if I wanted. But the shoe, I definitely do not have 12 plus. So mine's like 11. I cannot play Iron Man. Well, I could probably play Iron Man on like violin or keyboard, but unfortunately not unemployed. Bit of an overreaction. Algorand. So there's a guy named Native Algo. Obviously, he's with Algorand. But I gave my heart and soul to the Algorand community for the last 5 years. He says, I'm done. I still support projects, but I'm done. The AF is SAing the community like it's Haiti. Go back to the Clinton Foundation. Damn. Okay, so people will be really turning against Algorand. I don't know why. But that's wild. Popeyes they're giving me ads for Popeyes. I won't do it. I won't do it because I'm about to maybe go back to the gym tomorrow. I don't know. If anything, I'll just do a bunch of pull-ups. Probably be best. Happy Sunday from Mario Lopez, bro. He still looks good. Mario Lopez still looks great. Damn. 3,000 pages. The NDAA is out. Furiously reading through to see which of our amendments made it in and which is not. For the NDAA, be advised, it is 3,000 pages long. So that's insane. Oh, they got the Adam West Batman over there, chilling and vibing. I love Rising Star. Dude's awesome. Sick FIC with 11,000 followers are asking, will NFTs ever come back? And Nike the Pig says, after alt season. Gotta love Nike the Pig. We should be good here to go because I have other videos to make. So anyway, everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, and everybody say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Until next time, the next exciting episode.